My name is Heather Burack, she, her, and my relationship to GGE is I am the first ever intern. I was at Hunter, the social work program, and I was told that I have to get an internship and that I was being placed with a program that does domestic violence work with Haitian women. And they sent me down there, and actually I didn't know where I was going. I didn't know that that was what the organization was. And when I went down there, I told them I don't speak French and I don't speak Haitian Creole, so I don't know, I should probably leave. And they said, well, actually there's another place you could go and do your internship. We could introduce you to this woman, Joanne Smith. And I said, okay. And the second I heard about it, I said, I'm in. Because basically, she was still a student at Hunter herself. Anyway, the point is, it was a little unorthodox, and I went to the head of the department, who was my advisor, and I said, look, there's no office. I'm working out of my car, and it's amazing, and we're running around to different schools in Brooklyn trying to get this thing off the ground, and I don't want to leave. And she said, normally they would say no, but don't tell anybody, it sounds fabulous. Meeting Joanne she was both so relaxed and so focused and sure of what she was doing. I felt totally reassured that this was going to be a great experience, even though I knew that she was juggling a lot of balls and trying to get everything off the ground and writing grant proposals. We would go into her apartment and sit on our couch, and she'd be editing the proposals, and we'd be talking about things, and parent associations, okay, you're going to head back out there. Who do you need to meet with? This is before smartphones, so I'm sitting in my car, making phone calls with reams of paper and folders and trying to figure out who to call, and they're not calling me back, and how can I find them, and the address and the phone number are wrong, and all the things that you have to do when you're doing a startup. She trusted me right away. She said, you're gonna run these groups with these girls, and I was terrified. And I went right in there. They would have basketball practice, and then I would facilitate a group, and I didn't really know what I was doing. But now I teach group work, and I'm a group worker, so I got my feet wet there. In a million years, I didn't think ahead to what GGE would become. But at that time, it was called Girls for Gender Equity in Sports. And I think Joanne and GGE could have been happy to run great programs, and that would have been enough. So then to have watched, what I saw in Joanne was this discernment and an intentionality that was, what's happening, what needs to happen, and how are we gonna approach it? And then as I watched GGE over the years, that idea has just expanded. What we've seen with Joanne and GGE is that from very humble, scrappy, startup beginnings, that if you stick with it and you're sure of your mission and you know what you're doing and you have heart and smarts and drive and a collectivist, activist, loving energy, there's no end to where that can bring us. Thank you for everything that you gave me, the way that you inspired me on my professional journey and on this work, which is really heart and soul work, and for giving everything that you've done for Black and brown girls, for our community, for everybody. I really appreciate you. And I think that every experience we have really leads to the next. So I was thinking, is it magical? What's happened, and 20 years later, it's hard to believe you snap your fingers and 20 years is over. But I know that behind that magic is a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, and there's a lot behind that. And at the same time, it is magical, yeah. Happy 20 years, GGE, yay!